Hey there, I got some good news for you. You know more chords than you think you know. And once I was teaching a clinic and somebody asked me at the clinic, how can I learn more chords? And it just kind of dawned on me that a lot of players don't realize all that they have wrapped up in even the the few chords they do know. And I'm going to use the example of this G bar chord here. And I'm going to show you that within this chord, within this shape, without moving anything, you've got 56 different chords, not including this chord here, all 6 strings. There's different combinations. We can do 2-string, 3-string, 4-string, 5-string combinations, and all those various combinations are what's called in mathematics combinatorics. And I did a video on this a while back and I called it combinatorics, and I got, negative 72 views on it on YouTube. So this one's going to be called You Know More Chords Than You Think You Know. And I'm just going to show you some, not all of these are incredibly usable, but there are many that are, and I use them all the time, and I think, and you can visualize, and anything that applies to this chord is also going to apply to the G minor, or it could apply to G minor 7, or G7, or any of these chords, that maybe G minor 9th, any of those chords, you could apply these combinations to. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and also on my blog, I'll put a link to my blog below this video, and there's a JPEG I'll put there where you can actually just print that up and have it in front of you if you want to look at it. Okay, but basically I'm going to show you real quick the 2-note combinations. Okay, and we're going to start on the 6th string, the 6th and the 5th string. So it'll be 3rd fret, 5th fret, then 3rd fret, 5th fret on the 4th string, then 3rd fret and 4th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd and 3rd on the 2nd string, and 3rd and 3rd on the bottom and the 1st string. So those are all 2-note chords. Then if I start on the 5th string, make that the lowest note, I have the 5th fret of the 5th string and the 5th fret of the 4th string. Okay, and then the 5th fret of the 5th string and the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then 3rd fret and 3rd fret. So those combinations. So there's 5 of these, 4 of these, and now I'm going to go to the 4th string, and that note I can play these 2 notes. That would be the 5th fret and the 4th fret. So G and B, and then G and D. 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then 3rd fret on the 1st string. And so there's 3 there. And if I go to the 3rd string, I'm playing on the 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. That's a B, and I play that with a D, or that with a B. There's 2 more right there. And then the last one I could just do top 2 strings. Okay, a chord is just 2 or more notes. So those are all technically chords, even though they're only 2 notes. We have the common power chord here, right? The next one was an octave. And a lot of times I'll use octaves instead of power chords to give it a more hollow sound. So rather than a full power chord, which is that tune. This combination I really use a lot. The 3rd fret on the bottom string, the root, and then the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and that's a 10th. That interval's a 10th. When I wrote Home to Mama, that was basically just built on 10ths. Ends on a 9th right there. But I can play it. Those are all 10ths. You've heard that a lot. I could do 5ths. I could do the double octave. So those are all pretty usable. Some of them are very usable. You might not think that's very usable, the 5th fret of the 5th string and the 5th fret of the 4th string. However, that's what Deep Purple did. They used that actual version of the power chord. They did the bass. Pedal G on the bass on that song. That's a 6th, very country sounding. There's another 5th right there. Here's another 6th, going from the B to the G. chords are in there. We get to Chuck Berry. Technically, that's a chord. I really like. I'm getting into these voicings right now too. The 3-note voicings where you've got this it would be technically a second inversion chord. So it's the bar chord, but it's the E-shaped part of it. I love the fact that the root's not in there. I'm just bending my second finger up a half step to get that sus. Okay, triad, very common. So if you go to my blog, you'll see a JPEG where you've got all the 56 of the combinations. There's 56 of them. When we get into 4-string, and one of my favorites is this three-note one. It's the bottom note, 5th string, and the 3rd string. And that, I call that a piano voicing. Piano players use that voicing a lot. It just sounds very piano-esque. It's piano-esque a word. Better than piano-y. Let's see, what are some others here that I use a lot? Now when you get to the 5-string combinations, like it gets pretty difficult. Like, for example, it could be the bottom 2 and then the top 3. I don't know how easy that would be to grab with 4 fingers. You really need 5 fingers for that one. And you might as well play the full chord at that point. But basically, the idea was just to show you that there are a lot of chords within the chords you already know. And I'm not talking about sharp 9, flat 5 chords, that kind of thing. That's a whole nother set of type of chords, and to get to those you often need to understand 2 things. One, theory, what is a sharp 9, what is a flat 9? And secondly, you need to understand know your fretboard really well, so that when you are flatting a 9th or sharping a 9th, you know which note to change. That's not what we're talking about here. We're actually talking about something much simpler, and it's just basic major and minor chords, but you've got all these chords within there that you can create different sonic sounds without just playing the full chord. Okay? All right, God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon.